Go, Jason.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Jason, here with Francis and Blair.
Yo.
We're three guys with some serious issues, talking about some not so serious issues.
Sweet. Well, last time...
People can't see you point, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, it was just for Francis to start. I pointed at him, and now he knows to go.
Yeah.
All right. Production value.
That's right. Running a tight ship.
Yeah. Last time, after our heated discussion, what was the topic last time? Steroids and shit.
PEDs.
Yeah. I gave the guys the topic of polygamy, and they're well researched. Jason is for polygamy, Blair is against, and for those who don't know, polygamy is the ability to have multiple partners within one marriage.
Yeah, because I didn't know last time when I actually asked what it was.
Yeah.
But from telling people the topic, a lot of people actually been asking me what that was, so
You're
I felt justified.
Okay. Were they blonde as well?
A lot of them were, yeah.
So
I'm just too innocent.
Who wants to kick it off?
Okay, well, since I started last time, why don't we get Jason to bring us in with an opening argument?
Okay, so for polygamy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why should it be banned? Why ban anything? People should be allowed to do what they want. They're not hurting anyone. They're just in it for a good time.
Is that what marriage is? Just in it for a good time?
Well, with more partners, it probably would be.
Yeah.
You could argue that.
That's not really an opening argument.
No,
that's a question.
Yeah.
That's why not?
Yeah.
That's
his
you
argument to you.
giving me the opening argument.
Yeah.
So do you have an opening argument?
What are your reasons to supporting polygamy?
I stand by my argument. No, I mean, just like there seems to be no decent reason for banning it apart from like religious reasons.
Well, marriage is a religious thing anyway. Initially.
Not these days.
Not these days.
No.
There's different rights involved in marriage now.
Yeah.
I think there are good reasons why it's banned, and they're not just religious reasons.
All right.
So there are good reasons why it's banned. It creates very messy legal situations.
No, in New Zealand it's banned. Other countries it's not. But in New Zealand,
seems like most countries it's banned. So the crime is bigamy.
Yeah.
Having more than one marriage.
Would it be most Western countries?
Yeah, most Western countries. Most of Africa, it's legal.
Okay.
So it's illegal in most, if not all, Western countries.
Well, the States is legal, I think.
No,
Is it?
illegal.
Okay. Oh, so because there's advocates and stuff for it.
Yeah, in some places it's a criminal offence, punishable by up to 7 years of prison. So like, that's a pretty harsh sentence. You get married to two women, married to two dudes, or whatever you get married to.
Yeah.
You go to jail for 7 years. That's pretty rough. But
It is rough.
I stand by that. It should be illegal.
So you think they should be punished?
I didn't say they should be punished. I just said that you shouldn't be allowed.
But then how will you stop it if there's no punishment?
Well, if you get married to one person, that's okay. You get married to another person,
They're just like, no, you can't.
It's just not a legal marriage.
Yeah, it's void.
Is there any differences between, say, you're married to one person and then just having others living with you? Basically, you're not under the marriage title, but it basically is.
If it's still that can end up being a de facto relationship, kind of.
And
as
if
well.
so,
Yeah.
like if you're against that, then what's the difference between just being married? Like, why is?
It's different legally. Like marriage comes with a set of legal rights.
But that's the same as a de facto relationship now. Pretty much.
Different legal rights. So a de facto relationship has different legal rights to a marriage. And a civil union has more legal rights than a de facto couple, but less than marriage. So a civil union isn't marriage.
Okay.
For everyone that's not a New Zealander, we have civil unions, and same-sex couples can get a civil union.
Sounds hot. Civil union.
I was going to change the topic. You guys going to get civilly unionized.
I think that's illegal. It's probably illegal.
Yeah, could you have a marriage and a civil union?
I don't think so. You can't have multiple civil unions.
No.
That counts as kind of bigamy.
Yeah. Alright, so what's your actual argument?
My
Because you just said it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
And he just said it should be allowed.
No, I had some points. Like mine was more that
I must have looked over them.
there's
Your point was Africa thinks it's okay, everywhere
didn't
else
look
doesn't.
over them. You ignored them, Jason.
I still don't know where these points are.
Okay, so
Lay it down.
marriage comes with sets of legal rights.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't give evidence in court against your spouse. And there are, like, property, inheritance rights. There's next of kin rights. There's a whole bunch of, like, family rights.
So you're just saying if more people were involved, then it just makes it all real messy.
Yeah, so suddenly you have, like, lots of people that now can't testify in court. You have, like, really weird inheritance stuff going on. Like, so you've got a marriage and stuff's now 50-50. If you, like, 5 years later get another person in, is it split into thirds? Or is it, like, split in half?
Oh, I guess it'd be
Somehow.
consensual to everybody involved.
Marriage is always equal, isn't it? Unless
Yeah.
it's like a prenup. So you'd basically split it even ways.
in
Yeah.
thirds. But so what if, like, a new one comes in and then one leaves?
Depends the times that they
it's
come in
just
and leave.
really messy rules that are kind of unnecessary.
I don't think that's an argument against it. That's just something that needs to be sort of more stipulated.
It's an argument against it. It's just
A bad one.
not a particularly strong one.
The thing
And
that,
then you have, like, family laws with kids and stuff, like where do the kids go, and
Yeah.
well,
and paternity if there's multiple men in the relationship.
Yeah.
Like child support issues. So let's say 2 men and 1 woman are married. One of those men is the father of that kid. But do both of them have to pay child support because they
Split
were
it
both
50-50.
kind of in the marriage? Or like the one who's like, yeah, that kid's not mine. He was still married to her, so like
no, he's not the father.
You know, biologically.
pays, yeah.
Biologically.
Yeah.
yeah, but he entered into this marriage where like she was going to have kids with one of them. It might not have been him. So like, why doesn't he have to? If
He's not the father.
if they stayed married, it would have been like his kid.
Yeah.
That kid just would have had 2 dads.
Yeah, well, that's like if, say, a single mum with a kid, like, yeah, well, a mum has a kid, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, you're a mother gets remarried, that new partner then
No,
actually
see-
pays for the kid.
Those are different circumstances because there was a remarriage.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like there's 3 people in a marriage.
Yeah, so, no.
There's a different set of initial expectations.
All I'm saying is when you're married, you're covered under that. Like, you have to look after your family. But when you separate, then it's just up to the father.
Yeah, but then there's like divorce laws, and so those divorce laws get all messy afterwards.
No, you still have the father pay for the kid.
You're
Yeah,
talking biologically, though.
Yeah, the biological father.
But you're in this relationship that's like sort of a mutual agreement that they're all equal parts.
Yeah.
So even though biology is part of it,
It is.
like at least nowadays, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. So
they've got this sort of other agreement that like I'm a father too.
Yeah, that group marriage.
It's almost like an adoption, kind of,
Yeah.
in that side of it.
So
what,
so how are we gonna set up?
so you're
these
saying
rules?
that the other person who's not the father
Has equal rights to the
should
child.
still be able to visit the child and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one.
potentially.
No, but we're all talking if things
Yeah.
go to shit. Like we're not like
Yeah.
no one's arguing against the initial like starting of it all.
Well-
It's all like, but if things go wrong, then it gets messy.
Yeah.
To be honest, things go really wrong now with marriages and breakups anyway. Like the amount of times I think you'd find we'd find people married to more than one person would be very low. And so, like, you shouldn't not do it because what if
currently
this
it's
happens?
weird.
Oh, crap.
But like these things are going to happen. Like when
And that just means things need to be like more finely tuned law wise.
well, it's just a whole messy set of laws, really expensive set of laws.
So when you bring it in, clean it up. Make it straightforward. People know what they're getting into.
Well, that's what I'm saying here. it's not that simple.
It could be.
It won't. It won't be. Like there'll be all
You don't
sorts
know.
of weird situations with lots of people involved.
Do you know who will win?
It's hard enough now with just two people getting married, and you want to add like more. It's going to be costly.
If that's what they want.
It'll cost the taxpayer money.
No, they pay for their own lawyers.
No, but to write the laws.
To write the laws.
Oh, everything costs money.
Well,
Every law.
Not to keep it the same. Keep it the same. Don't spend hundreds of millions of dollars changing the law.
Well, it's just
I
like
don't think it costs that
that's just
much.
like with gay rights. Should we just keep it the same? Like they shouldn't be able to marry? It's going to cost money. Let's not let them marry. It's just stupid.
No, it's pretty easy to let them marry. You just say
You have to change the law to spend money.
Gays can get married now. Done.
Yeah.
Real easy.
No, I'm sure it's more to it than that.
I don't think so. Like
No,
you
they
just extend the law now that same-sex couples can get married. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rather than
hardly.
like, you don't
Look.
have to write a whole new set of laws. Those laws are already there. You just extend them a little bit. Whereas multiple marriages, you got like heaps of new laws to write.
Yeah, but in the big scheme
There
of
is a lot
things,
more
it's not going to be
consideration, but
that much more. Like,
I don't think the way that the law set out is something that should stop that kind of thing from happening. That's just something on the side that would need to be changed.
Well, like I've already argued that they should be allowed to have like multiple partners in a relationship. Nothing's stopping them from doing that.
But you're against the title.
Against the title of marriage.
I'm against the title of marriage, yes. Because I have to be. Because Francis assigns me that.
But really, you know your arguments are weak.
That's what I'm
Way
arguing.
to kind of like go against yourself a little bit there.
You saying that is covering your ass because you know your arguments are weak.
My argument... You haven't presented an argument.
I don't even need to.
You want to spend a whole lot of taxpayers' money and change some laws because why not?
It's taking away a...
Basically, you're removing laws that says you can't do it.
Yeah.
You're not removing laws.
You
You're
are.
adding a whole
You're
lot
removing
of
them.
laws.
No. The lawyers can argue it if they want. People know what they're getting into if they're going into marriage anyway. Like, shit can go wrong.
Well, people don't always pay for their own lawyers.
Yes, they do.
No, we
Well,
have
in this
legal aid
situation, they
systems.
sort of-
Yeah, in this situation, if
What
you're
if they
getting
don't have
divorced,
any money?
well, then the other person's going to get a whole bunch more stuff.
What if no one has any money? Like, none of the, like, 4 people in the marriage have any money.
Then it's not going to go to court, is it?
It might do. It'll go to court with court-appointed lawyers.
You're just coming back to like the law and
No,
the money
don't
side.
you go to,
So
like-
you have no sort of ethical issue against it.
Oh,
You just think legally it's kind of
I mean,
blurry.
there would be a whole lot of issues that come up, I think. Like the religious groups that want to have multiple marriages, I think there's a whole lot of coercion and dodginess that goes on there.
Yeah.
Like, generally these crazy religious groups, I just said that they're crazy.
Yeah.
So they're not thinking straight, and they
Yeah.
coerce people into dodgy kinds of marriages and relationships. Muhammad had a 12-year-old wife, a 9-year-old wife, something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's wrong.
Well, we're not
Yeah.
changing those laws.
No.
yeah, we're not changing those laws, but I think it would open it up to more areas of coercion, and that's not good. No one wants that.
What if your wife, one wife, was terminally ill, okay, and you didn't want to get divorced, but she was like a few years away from actual, passing, and she was like a vegetable kind of deal,
Whoa.
and you didn't want to get divorced, but you met somebody, and you wanted to start a life with them, and head down that path, but you didn't want to divorce your current vegetable wife. What would you say against that?
Could
Like,
you
you-
not just, could
like-
you not,
so
could
you
you
just-
wait?
Yeah,
Well,
you
you're wanting to you're wanting to start this full life with this person,
you just wait. But then also, so
but you don't know how long
Here-
things
here's
Wait,
the
go
choose
thing
your
is-
life partner. You're just going to leave her and let it die alone?
No, that's
No,
what I'm saying.
it,
Like
Francis,
you aren't
Francis
leaving
is
them.
saying to stay married. So she's a vegetable.
Kind of.
So,
yeah.
so you're married to her. So that's a joint thing. Then suddenly you're going to have like this other split off marriage. So the two women, they're not married, but somehow this new woman now has a third of the ex-wife's stuff. Like,
Well,
so there needs to be informed consent amongst all parties.
and you wouldn't be able to get informed consent out of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's coming back down to
argument shut down.
but that's coming down to the legal aspect again.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And that's
you
an
have to have-
ethical issue
But I
as
guess
well.
the thing with marriage as well,
Oh,
it
there's-
comes down to just laws.
There's another ethical issue, like having a husband that, or a wife or whoever, coercing others into allowing more people to join the marriage.
What's wrong with that?
Because it's
Oh.
unethical.
Well, no, that's like if you've got some like devious husband that's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I can manipulate this situation.
I can get more bitches.
Or vice versa,
That's
or
the
if it's like
thing,
a manipulative wife.
I think you allow people to be more devious with these laws. Like if you allow people multiple marriages, you're allowing people to be more
No, we're
devious.
just it'd just be allowing more freedoms in a free society. You know, why put these extra restrictions on which don't seem necessary?
The marriage is like a legal framework
Yeah.
full of laws and stuff for a reason. And changing them is just going to make it way more convoluted with way more laws dealing with more people in a marriage.
I don't think it's
I
actually.
think it's unnecessary.
I don't even think it would actually happen that often.
No.
It'd be
With the option
compared
there,
to the
I
total
don't think it'd still
population.
happen.
There'd be less than 1%. I'm sure.
Well, I think if you allowed multiple marriages, then
It'd slowly become more commonplace.
yeah, it'd be more common.
There'd be a shortage of people as well. Like
Not necessarily.
it could be.
There could be.
And
But
the
not
thing is,
necessarily.
what kind of people like would you just go like say like a group of married people were like, hey, come over here. join us?"
Yeah.
Would you be like, oh yeah? And they're all men. You were considering it.
Maybe.
Oh, to the men.
Yeah, maybe. Like
If, you know, depending on his alliance, his like
yeah, like
alignment.
if I don't have that much money and they have heaps of money, I get married in and get part of their money.
Yeah.
And then I divorce them and take, I don't know, an eighth cut. How many men are in this marriage?
They give you a prenup.
I don't know. Well, then what's in it for me?
You're just a vessel.
But you love it, so it's worked out.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Boston Legal?
Yeah.
I didn't watch much.
A little bit.
But right at the end, the two guys got married because one of them was dying.
Yeah.
And it was just his way around like inheritance laws. Because he couldn't just gift all his stuff to this guy.
Yeah.
So they got married so that when he died, he got all his stuff. Like that. I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up.
It's like,
Just
I
changing-
had the story for other parts of the conversation,
changing the
but it didn't
subject,
come
eh?
up, so.
So
How about that? How about Game of Thrones? Eh?
I think that it opens up all sorts of legal issues that are totally unnecessary.
I think they can be dealt with.
Yeah, they can. Just
And
don't,
the thing is,
don't
when
get
the
married.
once the first one's happened, then there's sort of like a
Set rule set in
sort
place.
of, you know, like what's it called, common law,
Precedent.
set precedent, and then people can flow on after that.
Yeah, but that's only in that situation.
That specific situation.
Like
yeah.
then there's another one and another one and another one and another one.
And then as more of those happen,
Yeah.
then it's sort of a bigger blanket to go from.
yeah, I mean, look at Gloria Vale. You guys heard of that place?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay,
You don't
so
know it.
Nah.
You don't listen
so
to the
there's
news.
there's like a crazy cult leader. He could have like 20 wives,
Yeah.
and because he's a crazy cult leader,
But
and
he's
they're all
rich.
like crazy cult women, and so he has all these wives and all these kids, and it's a legal nightmare for crazy people.
Does he have that now? Oh, he doesn't have wives. He's not married, but
Yeah.
No, but you weren't arguing against people just having multiple relationships. You're having
No,
multiple
that's
marriages.
that's fine. I'm arguing against multiple marriages because
Yeah.
that's what I've been assigned.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we got that.
Yet Jason still hasn't come up with any good arguments for
Yes, I have.
for like why we
Come on.
need this.
Why do we need anything?
There's never a need. You don't need marriage.
Yeah, you don't need
No, you-
toast, but people like to eat toast.
What's this, your bread and toast thing?
Are you gonna ban toast?
Bread's not people food.
That's a poor argument.
Why?
I totally forgot what my argument was going to be.
Yeah,
Because
with
I
the-
overruled it.
With your
idiocy.
You can't mess with toast.
Oh god.
toast rubbish.
Where were we?
You
now?
have no argument. It's just like rant about toast. It's the typical kind of right-wing approach of like dodge questions, ignore other questions, and ramble about toast like an angry old man.
Look at you change the subject.
That's not just right wing. That's just political argument.
Yeah. My
Your argument is that
my
it's going to be
question-
expensive to change. And
Yes. My question the whole time has been, Jason, why do we need to allow this? Like there's
Well,
nothing stopping people from having like a de facto relationship of multiple people.
But then the argument would be, why do we allow anything? Because
This is your same
Wait, what's
argument.
the law around de facto then? Because there's like a split in terms of like breaking up and stuff. In a de facto, what would be that around multiple partners? Because that would be that would again be a similar issue.
I think
as
you
with
need like
marriage.
3 or 5 years together.
Yeah.
So people have been together for, we'll call it 5 years, and then they're sort of entitled to
it's
half
just
their
2,
stuff.
I thought.
2?
It might start at 2, and I think the longer you are together, though, I think it does make a
Okay,
difference.
so even if it was like 2 years, you're 2 years together, you're entitled to like half their stuff, and then you bring a third person in, they're entitled to like half their stuff.
Is that how it is
That's-
now?
I think so. I
What?
don't
So they
know.
get half of each other person.
I think you can still defend it quite well.
Oh
Like-
yeah,
like-
you can.
And so it's still messy, still chews up costs.
It'll be the same
like,
mess.
At least with
no,
marriage.
it's a
a
different.
similar mess.
Yeah, different though because they're not married.
Yeah, but you can kinda-
marriage comes with extra rights, like next of kin rights.
Yeah, so if you're married, like, and you know that it's all equal split, there's no arguing that. Whereas if it's like de facto, you can kind of argue more and try and get more of your stuff.
Yeah.
And that's if it's not like that. You're talking if it's like a messy break, not a clean
Yeah.
break.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, the lawyers are always the winners.
Oh yeah. I don't like lawyers
Fucking Ben.
or car salesmen or
Real estate agents,
We should get Ben on for a topic like this.
No, we'll get Ben on for negative industries.
Yeah. We need a lawyer's point of view instead of just like making stuff up.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like this.
Yeah.
I had an argument. Oh, next of kin rights. So in a marriage, the other spouse is the next of kin. So when someone dies, the body then belongs to the next of kin. What happens if there's like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different next of kin?
They vote on it.
They vote.
It's like Survivor.
What if there's just
They're going to
2?
put out the lamp. You know?
What if there's an even number?
Paper, scissors, rock.
50-50. You know, just get
No.
a magician in and sort them in half.
Well, I mean, things like that could be sorted out before, like when you first get together. You can like make it in law that if you're gonna have
You have to
multiple people in a marriage, then you can just have it already laid out in place. Everyone knows what's gonna happen.
What if it changes?
But your argument's all endgame.
Yeah, you're a negative person.
Yeah. You're saying this multi-person relationship wouldn't last. That's what you're arguing.
50% of marriages fail.
Maybe because
If you had another person, maybe it'd be
maybe
less,
because
you
there's
know?
not enough people in them.
Yeah. Maybe that's the change we need.
Or maybe it would make it far worse.
Possibly.
Two can play at this game.
Yeah, you never know until you try, eh?
So we
Yeah,
should try.
so you're against trying.
I didn't say I'm against trying. So we're still yet to hear an argument for changing things.
It'd be a better world.
Why?
With extra freedom.
Extra freedoms.
Extra freedom.
People would be happier. People who are oppressed now of just one person in their marriage. We need to free them
So why would allowing extra marriage free them?
because they're trapped now. They can't have the extra person.
They can have them as a de facto partner.
That's
How
not
about
enough.
like one marriage plus one de facto?
That'd be fine. I don't think that's illegal.
This doesn't work the same, and they wouldn't get the same rights as the two people. They're not all equals. Why can't they be equals?
Why should they get extra rights?
They're not getting extra rights.
Why should
They're
they?
Well,
getting
get the same.
They get the same rights, and you're taking that away from them.
I'm-
stealing their
I'm
rights.
not- I haven't taken.
Then that would just
anything
lead to
away.
like a pecking order of the relationship. Eh?
Yeah. Another issue is like the pecking order. Is there a pecking order?
No, it'd be.
Well, it's up to the people in the relationship.
What if they're crazy cult people?
That's also up to them.
yeah, that's true.
The thing is, it shouldn't be because they're crazy.
Well,
Who are you to judge craziness?
yeah.
Look at your beard full of poo.
Oh, I see it now.
You're all jealous of my beard. There was an argument somewhere that I had.
Toast.
Crazy people. Oh yeah, you said who am I to judge that they're crazy? We have like get a copy of the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Psychology, and they have lists that'll tell you if someone's crazy. And generally cults fit into those lists quite well.
Yeah, like 100%.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is like,
You're sort of saying that only crazy people would want this.
No, I'm just saying that
that-
crazy people would take
Would
advantage,
take advantage of it.
if,
Yeah.
if a cult people, if they all got married, they'll all be equal. Like, they take power away from the cult leader. So,
No, the cult leader would still have a whole bunch of power.
No, by law though.
but
I think he'd have more power over them
why?
because
It doesn't have to be a he.
it gives
would.
it gives them. It's generally a he.
But we'll
Cult
say they.
leaders are generally men. So
I don't want to offend our large women audience base.
well. No,
Female
not
audience.
really. I'm saying that the women are the less likely to be crazy cult leaders. It's a compliment.
Okay.
So you got a crazy cult leader,
Yeah.
and he has like 20 wives.
Yeah.
And so you're saying that it'll be equal. I'm saying now he has 20 people that he can abuse, and they can't testify against him in court.
Mm.
Yeah. Because
No, you can.
But someone else
testify-
outside of it.
spouses can't testify against.
If they were
Another
divorced, he
spouse.
could then.
Yes, you can.
If they were divorced, they could then testify against him, couldn't they?
Yeah.
No,
if they were
I'm
divorced.
sure. Like,
Because you can like force,
If-
like if there was an issue, you could forcibly leave and split yourself from the
Yeah.
marriage, and then you could testify. So there's that.
if your husband like beats you, there is actions you can take against them.
Yeah.
Oh, I think in those cases. But what if he's just like defrauding the government? Then they can't be forced to testify against him.
They'll be driving around in their like flashed out.
They won't
Prius.
care. Yeah.
They might do. They might be good people. You just assume that everyone's evil.
You're saying
like
they're
you.
these crazy cult people.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're just kind of mixed up and they got drawn.
Maybe
in
someone
by
had an
the-
epiphany. Like, wait, this isn't right.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be drinking the blood.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, they must suspect it before they get involved in the marriage. Like,
Have you seen these people?
They're weird.
There's
Yeah,
nothing going on.
so it's
in
gonna
there.
happen
No.
anyway. They're gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
marriage isn't gonna change it. They're gonna be a cult. They're gonna be a cult. Marriage isn't gonna mess
Yeah,
it
but
up.
marriage-
This is like one worst case scenario you're trying to find, and you're like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Marriage
Holy crap,
gives them
this is bad.
extra legal rights, and so it's dodgy.
It's giving them equal rights to like two people getting married. Like, it's the same.
Yeah, it does, but it gives that creepy cult extra legal rights because they're now married. Like marriage comes along with extra legal rights.
But everyone's going to take advantage of situations.
Yeah,
That just
and-
always happens.
But keeping
But stopping regular folk from doing something you shouldn't change their ability because these other people might take advantage of it.
if I wanted to have a polygamous relationship, I'd just like have a fake ceremony done. We wouldn't be legally married to the second wife, but I'd get a ring for her and just pretend
But
like
then,
we
but
are.
then she might feel like she's not properly protected, not part of it because she's not actually married. Like, she wouldn't have the same rights as the first wife.
You just contract into it.
Because I don't know. if it
You're
works that
talking
way.
about a workaround.
Yeah.
So then why not just have it set so you can marry?
Because it's like costly law changes. I've said that several times.
The cost of like maybe 5 lawyers working on it for a couple of weeks, covered by the whole population to pay for that.
it would be way. How
Would it
much
be,
is
yeah.
it going to cost us to change the New Zealand flag?
Well, with all the referendum and
How
stuff.
much?
of all the referendums, like that cost a lot of money, sending a bit of paper to every single person in the country, collecting them all, looking at them all.
How much?
That's the cost, not like a couple of lawyers sitting down to work on it.
So
There'd have to be some sort of like agreement.
what were we paying the they had like a team of people looking at the flag designs. So you've got a team of people just looking at different designs of flags. How much was that costing?
You're comparing like
Hundreds of thousands of dollars is what it was costing.
Let him say his words, and then you say your words.
No.
you're comparing like chips to toast.
Jason's been paleo for too long and he just wants some toast.
Yeah.
So
I want someone to put my peanut butter on.
hundreds of
Salary's all
thousands
good.
of dollars just to look at flag designs, and you want to change like a whole raft of laws.
I bet it'd be a whole lot cheaper. A whole lot cheaper.
You're just making stuff up now.
I bet it would be.
It wouldn't.
It's a
be.
fact. It would be cheaper. I've said it. Prove
Maybe-
it's not.
I don't think the law changes would happen all initially. You're talking about the end game.
I
think that it would be like set precedents over time.
No, because it would. You'd have to change a whole.
You'd have to change
raft
like
of
a
laws.
base, like the baseline.
Oh, there'd be a whole raft of stuff that changed right away, and then precedent sort of sets what happens in those circumstances.
Do you just think it would cost too much?
It would
Always
cost
got.
a lot of money.
I don't think cost-wise is something
You could Google the cost of civil union, like how much it costs to allow civil unions. It would cost a lot of money.
It costs a lot of money to get people married. They try and get all divorce lawyers and stuff. Probably be
Yeah.
the same.
It would be more than that because there'd be more people.
Yeah.
I think I've won this one.
No, like you're saying, like
There's no
I'm
winner.
fine with people being de facto in multiple relationships, but it's just the marriage part I don't
Like,
quite
it's-
get.
Well, because marriage comes with a huge.
And I guess that is the
raft
top.
of
Like polygamy
changes.
is the marriage of it. So
Yeah.
in that respect,
It comes with a huge whole bunch of laws which not so good people could take advantage of.
Not so good people can take advantage of anyone, anything, at any time.
Yeah, but at least they don't have those laws in their favor currently.
There's laws everywhere.
Other
in their
laws, but
favour.
you want to give them more laws they can.
Yes,
take
I want
advantage
to
of.
give this power to these criminals who you speak of.
Exactly.
That's all I want to do.
I think that's the game set and won.
Yeah.
no, I don't think Blair won, but I don't think Jason.
Well,
won
there's
either.
no winner or loser.
Yeah,
They're
there's no
just
no winner or
players,
loser,
loser.
just words.
So
Just toast and
It's just
chips.
a discussion.
Just
It's a
toast and
discussion.
chips.
you've been listening to the Blaircast and friends.
Yeah.
where Blair always wins.
No toast for you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks guys. Follow us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, subscribe to us on Twitter.
Add us on Snapchat. We don't have Snapchat.
We don't
Or
put it.
Twitter.
Or Twitter.
Follow and like and look for us.
Look at our Flickr.
And our Pinterest page.
Oh no, we just set up a Bebo. Is that still a thing?
MySpace.
All right, guys. Catch you later.
Cheers,
See ya.
guys.